It is just after dinner and I'm about to go on my evening walk because I'm not only behind on my reading, I'm also behind on my steps for today. So I guess I'll be walking for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'll be listening to Ace of Spades while I do it. I checked this out on Libby, mostly because it was available on Libby, but I also put it down in my recommendations spreadsheet for, I think it's on my 2022 to 23 TBR, so I figured it was about time. And I thought it was something different than it is. I thought it was a fantasy with like swords and stuff, but it's very much Pretty Little Liars with and Gossip Girl. So yeah, not a whole lot has happened yet. The A person has just sent the first couple of messages, so we'll see where it goes. It's definitely raining a lot. I am in for my cozy walk. It was raining on and off, but I didn't get too wet, so that was nice. A nice brisk walk. I'm in for the night now, and I'm just about to hit 16 hours, which is 2 hours behind schedule. So it's not totally inconceivable that I could hit 24 hours tomorrow. But let's see. I do feel like I want to watch some YouTube or maybe some series tonight, so I'm not sure how much more reading I'm going to get done. So Eleanor Reads is sprinting, and I found out yesterday, the day before, Friday, with Gavin's sprints that apparently sprints really work for me. So I'm about to get a little more reading done, at least. I don't know how long she'll continue, but got half an hour on the clock, so let's go. It is very early Monday morning and the last day of my reading experiment. I need to read about 7 hours in order to reach my goal. So it's doable, but I definitely need to stay focused. I'm going to read a little bit of Sami in bed before I get up. I'm reading Black Women in Antiquity, and it's a little more academic than I expected. There's a lot of mentioning of where the names of the people were found and dynasties, and yeah, I think I was just expecting a little more popular storytelling, but I'm just a little more popular, what do you call it, easily read, not so dense and academic, but yeah. Back from my walk, and I'm continuing A Place Called Winter. I really like it. It's about an Englishman from, I think it's like 1908, 1910-ish, who moves to Canada to strike out as a homesteader when his life back home in England is untenable because someone discovers that he is gay. And in those times that meant prison sentences and hard labor for 5 years, I think he said. So when he's essentially blackmailed by his brother-in-law, he goes to Canada instead to try and start a new life. It is early Monday evening and my experiment is almost over, and I only have an hour left of my 24 hours of reading, which is amazing. I did not think I would make it, and I am going to make it. I finished A Place Called Winter and I really liked it. I think it's well written. It's historical fiction about, if you don't want spoilers, stop now. about an English gentleman who is discovered to be gay in London and is basically driven out of town away from his family to go immigrate to Canada and strike up a living there as a homesteader on the prairie. And he meets another man who also turns out to be gay. But yeah, there's a snake in paradise. I really liked it. And I think I'm interested in more from Patrick Gale, so for never having heard of it, it was pretty successful. I made it! And it's only about 7 o'clock in the evening, so there's still time to watch YouTube and do something other than reading, which I must admit I'm a little bit tired of now. Anyway, I ended up reading this and finishing it. I have to confess I skimmed a lot of it because, as I said, it was more academic than I expected. The best bit was a female style and beauty in ancient Africa. It's just a photo essay, but there wasn't really many photos, so I don't know what that's about. But that was the most interesting style because it actually had like collected evidence or whatever, where a lot of these other ones were just basically lists of names and where those names were and who was married to who and who was the mother of who and yada yada yada. And then also African women in early Europe was pretty interesting for the most part. It had a little bit also of this was the daughter of this and she married this one and so on. And then I started Maisie Dobbs, but I literally read one chapter and 70 pages. But yeah, I like it so far, but not much has happened yet, so it's a bit early to say. But I'll be putting it down for now because I want to do something other than read.